Hi, John Burke with Jared Burke Foundation. First and foremost, I want to say the Jared Burke Foundation was founded on a premise of promoting hunter safety. And what you're about to watch here is an actual hunter safety course that I talked at on February 18th at Bartelzo Bowling Alley. The premise of the entire organization when I started it, due to the fact that my brother Jared was killed hunting with me in 1999, I just want to put out there and make sure and express that hunter safety is paramount with the Jared Burke Foundation. And if you've never watched any video with Jared Burke Foundation ever before, this is one to watch. Because I tell the story about what happened to a room full of kids that are all going through their hunter safety course for the first time. And it means everything to me. I try to go to as many of these hunter safety courses as I can. I will talk to anybody about this if I can do one thing and prevent somebody else from dying and having to go through the things that I've gone through with the passing of Jared on that hunting accident back in 1999. It's something that forever affects you. You never quite get over it. The best part about it is I get to do the things with the Jared Burke Foundation, and every time something good happens with that, it's one step closer to being better. So sit back and enjoy this and watch it and really think about what it is, because the message we portray here at Jared Burke Foundation is we have a lot of fun with our hunters, but this here is what it's all about. Thank you very much. God bless. My name's John Burke. I live here in Bartelzo. In fact, I live just right across the street here. Been here in Bartelzo my entire life. I started a foundation called the Jared Burke Foundation, where we take handicapped, disabled, and wounded veterans and the such out in the woods, people that can't get out there themselves. We take them out and do stuff. The reason I started the foundation was what the story I'll tell you now, how it all happened. Jared was my brother, my younger brother. He was, I guess I was 14 when he was born. So we had this, me and my brother were 16 months apart, and then Mom had two other ones. So I always told her she waited until we were babysitting age, and then she had two more, so she had two built-in babysitters. But so my dad passed away in 1997 of cancer, and me being the oldest in the family, I kind of took the role with Jared because he was always, I mean, I helped raise the kid basically, but he always enjoyed hunting. We hunt just about everything. We do a lot of outdoors activities, boating, duck hunting, you name it, we're out on it. But we went out hunting in 1999. Jared was 16 years old. We went down to Pope County where we had some property where we hunted, and that morning we got down there, we camped that night, and that next morning we got out there and we had, we were loading up our weapons at the truck, and his discharged when he pushed the bolt down, a 12 gauge bolt action. And he put it in and it discharged. And I said, what are you doing? And I told him immediately, put it away, you're not going to use it. And being the 16-year-old, in that age, begged, plead, did everything but cry. And so I said, well, I don't know what happened with that, Jared. I said, but you need to be careful with it. Promise me you won't have anything in the chamber or on safety when this happens, when you go out hunting. He goes, I won't have anything. I said, it only takes a second to put one in and shoot. So we went out hunting, and I had heard a shot over by towards where the neighbors were. We're in some pretty dense woods down there in Polk County. I don't know if any of you ever been down that way, but it's there's 25 square miles of timber bordering the ground that we've got. So I mean, it's pretty hefty timber. So I heard a shot and didn't think anything of it. Thought it was the neighbors. Come out of the stand about 9 o'clock, went back to the truck, got to the truck, was there, waited, 10 o'clock, no Jared, 10:30, no Jared. Finally about 11 o'clock I started walking around. It was before cell phones, obviously, before I had a cell phone anyhow. And we went out, I went out looking around where he was supposed to be, couldn't find him, went back, found another friend of ours, Clyde Nolte. He was out, he had some property down there, so I went and got a hold of him and his wife. They came out and helped me look around the timber looking for him, because I mean, once you get into these pine trees and stuff out there, you can turn around pretty easily. And I was thinking, well, he got turned around, he can't find his way out. Well, ultimately it led to us not finding him, to us contacting the sheriff's department, to them contacting the rescue squad for Southern Illinois, and they brought dogs out, helicopters, everything else, and we looked for him from that morning. And about 2 o'clock, the officers in charge had pulled me into their little trailer that they had as a command center, and were asking me questions about Jared and everything else and going on. Well, then about 4 o'clock, they came to me and told me that they found him and he was dead. So that was the single worst time in my life, I can honestly say. And he was my little brother, and how was I going to go back and tell my mom about this? What happened is he was in his stand, he had one in the chamber, one and on fire. He dropped the gun out of his stand, hit the ground, and shot him in the head and killed him. So, I tell this story to everybody. I do a lot of hunter safety courses here at Tom's course and a couple others in Clinton County, as many as I can go talk to, because I want to have you guys, when you're listening to this class that they're going to have over the next course of the next day and a half, hunting is awesome. I still do it today, and I take a bunch of people out and do it all the time. But one bad decision like I made to let him use that gun will affect you the rest of your life. And it won't only affect you, it'll affect everybody around you. But the thing that I've been blessed with is that I've started this thing, and we have, in the last 3 years, I've worked with 2 different organizations, Buckmasters. I'm taking handicapping that out previous to this. But then when they were kind of dwindling down, I started this one up. So we take, in Clinton County, we do probably 10 hunts a year, and we do them Montana, Louisiana Bayou, alligator hunting. We go everywhere. But what you need to understand and what you need to really pay attention to is these guys, when they take their time out volunteering too, and they've done it for a number of years. My son's been through Tom's course right here in this basement, and it's not for just, hey, I got to do this thing because I need to get be able to get a hunting license and get out there in the woods. You have to be safe at every time you're out there, no matter what. I mean, anything can happen. Accidents happen. This was a horrible accident that just a moment of me having thought, you're not using that, or giving him my gun and just letting him hunt and go sit with him could have prevented this lifetime of me thinking about it. And fortunately enough, I've been blessed to have this organization, and every time I see another kid smile when we take him out, something that he can't do, and he gets something. We've got our banquet tomorrow night. I've got a antelope, a mule deer, an elk, and a fallow deer in there with 4 or 5 guys that I took out hunting this year that killed, and they're kids that had anything from brain tumors to, one of the antelope was a triple amputee Afghan vet, lost both legs and an arm in an IED in Afghanistan in 2010. So we take those guys out, and I get a lot of reward out of that, and it helps me out with my psyche on what happened with Jared. And also every time I come and talk to you guys about it, if I can help all you guys to get in your head that anytime you're going to do something, if you're going to crawl up in the stand, I'll just hold my gun and climb up there, or whatever the case may be. Listen to these gentlemen here, because they will tell you exactly what what can happen. But I'm here to get you a forethought before that, to make sure that you listen and pay attention to these guys, because it could save your life or one of your family members. And I don't want to see, I hate to hear that. Every time I hear of another hunting accident, it just brings it back. So anyway, that's my story, and I just wanted to tell you guys and share that with you, so you do have a thought about it. I by no means want to deter you from going out in the woods, because that's not it, because I love it out there. That's where I get my peace and quiet and everything else that goes along with it. And I just wanted to make sure I talked to as many people as possible. So all you guys have fun out there in the woods and just be safe. That's all I'm going to ask. But does anybody have any questions? All right, guys, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
John, I thank you for coming. You know, everybody learns from life experiences. This is a bad experience, but I appreciate him coming in here to this class every year, sharing this. It enlightens everybody with what can happen in the field from a true life experience. So, John, again, thanks.
Yep.
What time is this tomorrow?
Tomorrow at 5.
Tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Hopefully we'll be out of here. But it's at Germantown. It's a good foundation. As he said, he helps people with disabilities, Iraq veterans, so he helps a heck of a lot of people. So if you want to help a foundation, it's a good foundation to go to.
Yeah, actually Monday I'm taking off with 4 PTSD veterans from the VA in St. Louis. Take them up northwest Missouri, go snow goose hunting. So we'll be having some fun up there, I'm sure. Told all them guys, I said, don't be freaking out on me when we start shooting a bunch up here. We don't want any Chris Kyle events. So anyway, but I appreciate you guys listening, and enjoy the class.